Hello everyone, welcome back. I think we're on part 17. Boom, boy. Just killing an Octorok with a boat. Wow, such beautiful scenery. Whoa. Pretty good shot. Oh. Okay, so we have Dekunatsu no Shiro. Yeah, it must be. Dekunatsu no Shiro Mae de gozaimasu. Do you know what? I already doubt myself. That might even be Jouzen. But it's just because it's got no here. That's annoying. Let's have a look. Let's see if Jouzen is a word. Well, it did return the kanji here. Jouzen. It could be Jouzen. But I don't know, man. Anyway, regardless, the meaning's the same, right? Dekunatsu no Shiro Mae could be that. Just obviously meaning Deku castle like front. And then de gozaimasu is just a Keigo-y way of saying des, basically. Des is kind of you know, proper Japanese, and de gozaimasu is kind of, you know, just exceptionally polite Japanese. So yeah, that's all that's going on there. Oh, okay. Doku no numa ga... Whoops, let me use the mouse. Doku no numa ga hirogatte imasu no de, ashimoto ni go chui kudasai. Yeah, so Doku just poison, right? Numa, so poison swamp, is kind of... I suppose, like, this is probably, like, is in a state of having spread. So it's kind of, you know, it has spread. The swamp around here is poisoned. No de, so, ashimoto ni... ashimoto is just like your leg base, your foot base. So basically your step. Ashimoto ni go chui kudasai. That's a pretty common phrase. It just means, you know, watch your step, take care on your feet, be careful where you tread. It's a pretty set phrase, to be honest, but yeah, ashimoto ni go chui kudasai, yeah. So please be careful. Orimasu ka? So that's just a verb. Oriru means to, like, get down, or to, in this case, to get down off of the boat. So it's just saying orimasu ka, get off, basically, or will you get off? And then we've got obviously hai or ie. And we're going to say hai, because we do want to. So in here, I'm going to have to talk to the Deku boys. Dekunatsu no Shiro, pretty straightforward. What up, guys? Okay, so koko wa Dekunatsu o koku no oshiro dappi. So this place, o koku is like king country, meaning kingdom. Did we see that? Did we see that in this game already? Might have been Haidaru o koku, Hyrule Kingdom. I don't know. And then no oshiro. Oshiro is pretty normal. As I may have said before, there are some words where you just more commonly just put the honorific on it. And castle is one of those, oshiro. Another one being, as I probably mentioned before, okane, which means money. Yeah, it doesn't really necessarily like boost the word up or anything. It's just kind of more normal to put o before it, oshiro. Yo no nai yatsu wa tosanai bi. We've seen this before. I think the guard at the gate in Clocktown said this. Yo ga attara, something like that, didn't he? Yo nan no yo, like what use? What errand, what use do you have? So yo no nai is just, you know, to not exist use people, or people who, you know, do not have use or do not have business or errands. Torsanai. And as we've said, torsu is transitive, so he's saying he will not put us through the corridor. He will not let us through. We want to toru, but he will not torsu. He will not torsu us. He will not allow us to toru. Torsanai B. Yeah. Demo. 今は特別にkoku o. See, that almost tripped me up. We almost said that the other way around because of that word in the last one. Koku o no ikari wo katta baka na saru wo sarashimono ni shiteiru kara mite itte mo ii bi. So there's quite a bit going on here actually. Demo just meaning but. Ima wa like now. And this wa kind of contrasts it. This kind of means like, currently it is the case, but maybe it wasn't before or it won't be soon. So it's like ima wa, applying to now in particular. Tokubetsu ni, so especially or for special reasons. Koku o, just meaning, the country's king. No ikari, the country king's anger, or the, less literally, of course, the king's rage, or the king's wrath, or the king's, wrath might be a good one, actually. Well, kata. Let me just have a look at this, see if ikari will kao is a... No. Excuse me. I don't know what kata is really. Let me see if I can past tense it up. To spur on or to impel. I'll screenshot this and I'll ask someone. Because I need to know what the kanji is really. Anyway. Bakana saru. So it's, idiotic or, idiotic monkey or careless or clumsy monkey or whatever, it's an insult anyway. Bakana saru. Saru is monkey, just in case you didn't know that. Ima wa tokubetsu ni koku o no ikari o katta bakana saru wo sarashimono ni shiteiru kara. So like, because we are kind of making an example, I think. Sarashimono. Pilloried criminal exposed to public view, public scorn or humiliation. I don't know if they're separate definitions or if it's all the same definition there. I'm going to consider it one definition. Criminal exposed to public view, public scorn or humiliation. So that's obviously what they're doing. They are acting to make the Bakanasaru into a Sarashimono. So they are basically just, making it so that he is a Sarashimono. They are making him a humiliated criminal in public view, I guess. And so because that is all happening, mite itte mo ii. It is fine even if you go to look, sort of thing going on there. It's fine, it's cool, it's no problem, even if you go to see. Or, yeah. Including going to see is also fine, sort of thing. Koko wo massugu iku to koku o no ma dappi. I think that's ma. And that just means like a space in a sense of, a physical space. So it kind of means a room. Yeah, it just means a room basically, or chamber might be a good, a good applicable definition for this. So yeah, it's like koko o. That's funny, isn't it? So I guess because they're looking, maybe because they're looking ahead. Maybe this bit is Coco. And so, you know, go completely straight. I guess through here is kind of what wool does, because that's an object particle. You kind of, I guess you go through the space they're talking about. Koko wo masugu iku to. So go straight through here, and it is the king's chamber, or, you know, you will find the king's chamber, less literally, but yeah, that's how the grammar's kind of working here. It's just go straight from here, and it is the king's chamber you'll come to. それ以外のところには絶対に入るんじゃないぴ。So 以外 is like outside of or except for. So except for that place, except for that king's chamber. Or rather, I suppose we have to start here, don't we? Places other than that place, absolutely, like not enter, right, is what's going on. Do not enter anywhere other than that place. Let's just get on with that. There's a heart piece on the other side, isn't it? I'll have to get that. So I think we're probably... oh. Okay, might be able to make it. So we've probably only got one more heart piece to get until we have a complete... Oh, it's the Japanese version, though. Did they change this one? Looks like they might have changed it. In the Japanese version, usually you have to go through about 3 grottos or something to get to the bean guy. Oh yeah, they did change it. Okay, that's good. Kind of. It would have been nice to show it off, actually. Oh yeah, pori pori, I believe, is a crunching sound, right? So he's munching food, so it's, yeah, pori pori. Oh yeah, it's just a noise. Just noticed us and has gone, oh, what's this sort of thing? Hisashiburi no okyaku-san da na. So he's speaking really slowly, which is fine. Hisashiburi just means like a long period. It means like a long period that something has not happened, or a long period since something happened. So in this case, he's also, this chisaitsu isn't actually in it. You know, you can put it, you can pronounce it in such a way that it is in there, and people do to sort of emphasize how long it's been, I suppose, sometimes. But yeah, it's in, like, officially it's kind of not in there. It should just be hisashiburi. And he's saying hisashiburi no okyaku-san. So it's like, we are the first okyaku-san, his first customer, his first guest in a long time. And then dana, just kind of saying out loud to himself, like, yeah, just saying, wow, it's been a while, kind of thing. Maho no mame iru ka? So magic beans. Mame is like seeds or beans, I guess. Iru, and that's obviously, that's the verb to need, not the verb to exist. So do you need magic beans? And then mizu o yattara sugu ni happa ga hayaru n da na, kore ga. So water yattara, so if or when you, I suppose, kind of slap water on it, or apply, or give it water, you know. Yeah, give it water, quite simply. Sugu ni, so that's like immediately. Immediately, happa, just leaves. Yeah, just leaves, I think, right? Yeah, leaf. Happa ga hayaru. And hayaru's just to like to sprout, right? To grow, to grow, to spring up, to cut teeth. Don't know what that means. Oh, to cut using teeth. I don't know. Ignore that one. Hayarun da na kore ga. Tameshi ni 1個あげるから柔らかい土のところで Why is that on the end? Let's have a look. No. Oh, maybe it's just like, maybe it's just no, but he's not saying no, he's pronouncing it as n. Yawarakai tsuchi no tokoro. Tsuchi no tokoro. I don't know. Not entirely sure, to be honest, but I think that might be what's going on. De tsukatte mite ki ni itara kai ni kurun da na. So tamesu means to test something. Means to try something, try doing something. Tamesu. So tameshi ni, I suppose, is like as a trial. 1個あげるから So, you know, 1 I will give, so. Yawarakai tsuchi. Yawarakai means like soft. That's basically it. It just means soft, pretty simple. Yawarakai tsuchi is like soil or the earth. Tokoro, I believe, as I've said, is no tokoro, just linking this to this. So a place where the ground is, you know, the soil is soft. De, just saying at that place. Tsukatte mite, try using it. Ki ni itara, if you like it. Quite simply, if you like the result, or if you like, you know, what that does. Kai ni kurun da na. So we've got kau, meaning to buy. And basically, if you put ni with the stem, it means to buy. And then kuru is come. So it's like come to buy more if you like it. And I think we've also seen this. You could say kai ni kite, which means, you know, come to buy more. But if you use the dictionary form of the verb, you kind of have to put nda. Kai ni kuru no da, or kai ni kurunda. And that kind of means the same thing as kite, although probably more rude. Kai ni kite is just very normal ways of asking someone to do something. Not really any special nuance or any rudeness, really. It's not as polite as some other ways, but it's pretty standard. But this, I feel, is a bit more... Yeah, a bit less polite. Kai ni kurun da na. Cheers, mate. Maho no mame wo te ni ireta. So you got the magic bean. Z. I think he gave us 1 though, didn't he? That's the problem with this language, right? Is that there's no amounts. But he gave us 1. Yawarakai tsuchi wo sagashite. So sort of look or search for soft soil. Shi de maku. Okay, so maku is just to like scatter or to sprinkle. So yeah, so via sea, let's sprinkle the beans. Sprinkle the beans. Nani ga okoru ka o tanoshimi. Yeah, so this ka here just kind of turns all of this into a kind of a... It's like I suppose it makes it into a... It makes this question word into the way that we use it without a question. So this as a question is what. Nani is what, right? And I suppose what ka does is it makes it into a what, the type of what that isn't a question. Like in the sense of I don't know what will happen. The what in that sentence, you're not asking a question with it. you're saying what in the sense of I don't know the thing that will happen. I don't know the event that will happen. I don't know what will happen. So I feel like this ka kind of does that. It's like it's kind of to feel excitement about what will happen. To feel excited or joy about what might happen. You're excited about what might happen. And that's, I suppose, what this ka does in this sentence. Yeah, something along those sorts of lines. Itsu uete mo ii keredo. I think ueru, that is ueru, isn't it? Ueru. Yes, it is. Okay, perfect. Itsu uete mo ii keredo. So this is basically just like when plant, and then the inclusive particle, just like when plant, all inclusive, is fine, but. So what that means with the mo on the end basically is whenever you plant it is fine. Doesn't matter when you plant it. Whenever you plant it is okay. But mizu o kakenai to, so to not sort of douse water on it, and happa wa hayete konai n da na kore ga. So yeah, not douse water, and leaves like not come to grow. They will not come to grow. They will not grow. Hayate konai n da na kore ga. I don't really know why he's saying kore ga. I think it's like basically you could put this at the start. Although I think actually if you put it at the start, you'd have to say kore wa. It's like he's given the explanation about it before he's like kind of mentioned what he's talking about. And so then in an attempt maybe to identify that he's talking about the beans, he's saying kore ga. Whereas if he was just talking about the beans from the beginning, he would say kore wa, I think. Kore wa itsu itsu iete mo ii keredo. Yeah, but because it's kind of ambiguous, it gets to this point in this explanation and it's ambiguous what he's talking about, he quickly clarifies and says kore ga. I think. You have to bear that in mind all the way throughout this entire series. Everything I say is always, I think. I'm not entirely sure on anything. Oh, I need to read this as well. Izumi? Wait, did I read that wrong? Is it a shorter? Yeah, it's Izumi. Sorry, I said Izumi. It's not Izumi, it's Izumi. Izumi. Izumi no mizu o bin ni ireta. So simply you put... spring or fountain, this kanji means. So spring water, obviously. In the bottle you put mizu o hoshikatte iru mono ni shi de tsukatte miyao. This is quite an interesting thing here, actually. Basically we've got the word hoshi, which means to desire. Although with hoshi is an adjective. So for that reason, you'd actually have to put mizu ga hoshi. But the thing with hoshi is that it's an adjective that expresses desire. And in Japanese, you kind of can't observe that someone else wants something. So basically, unless you're talking about yourself, you cannot say hoshi. You can only say hoshi about your own desires. The same with like tabetai, for example. You can't really say tabetai about other people unless you're quoting them. Like, you can't say, Dave wants to eat fish. You have to say, you'd have to say, like, Dave said he wants to eat fish. You'd have to quote it. So I'm going off a bit here. But basically, unless you're talking about yourself, you have to say hoshgaru or tabetagaru in the case that I said. And so that's what is happening here. It's mono, or things, that appear to desire or seem to want. I think that's what hoshgaru is kind of doing. So you can't say for sure that they desire it because you are not them. So you have to say hoshgatteiru. So mizu o hoshgatteiru mono. Objects that seem to be in desire of water. Use C and, to try using this, the water on. Hoshgaru, tabetagaru. And obviously this is a kind of a present continuous slash, in the state of desiring water kind of conjugation. Capture me. Oh, whoa. Okay. Kusemono dappe. Kusemono, I think, is just like an imposter, is it? Oh, no. Kusemono. Ruffian, villain, knave, thief, suspicious fellow. Pretty straightforward. No need to talk about that. Yeah, I think I'll go back in and... Oh! In fact, I'm going to get caught again because I've messed that up. He had more to say to me. Catch me, guys. Oh no, aren't I clumsy? Arehodo kokuo no ma igai no tokoro ni hairu na te itappe. Arehodo, I guess. Does that just mean before? Arehodo. Arehodo says to that extent. Arehodo. Is it saying like that's why? That's why I told you not to go. Not entirely sure. Arehodo. Huh. Koku o no ma. So yeah, same thing again, right? So he's basically just saying that hairu na, just meaning the imperative, like do not enter. Places other than the king's chambers, right? And then you've got the quote because that's what he told us to do, so he's quoting it. Te. And then ita is the past tense of you, which is to say. So I said don't enter other places, than the king's so and so. And then tokubetsu ni misete yaru kara chanto yu koto wo kikutte. Especially misete yaru kara, like because we are especially kind of allowing you to see. Chanto just means like properly, I think. Yeah, I think it just means properly or like obediently or things like that sort of vibe. Perfectly, properly, exactly. So yeah, chanto yu koto wo kikuppe. Listen properly, like to the things that, that I said, I suppose. Yu koto wo kikuppe. Then we got the same one from before. And we are going to go to get this heart, please. Hurry up, dude. going to see me. Oof. And hopefully this heart piece will be the 4th one. We'll get a heart container. Then I can start to ignore all the heart piece text boxes. Oh. Hato no kakera wo te ni ireta. So yep, you got a heart fragment. Kakera yonko de utsuwa ga kansei. So yeah, with 4 fragments, utsuwa ga kansei, a vessel, or I suppose, you know, like a container, a vessel, like completely become, I suppose, or to end becoming, or, you know, together they just mean complete, to be completely formed, to have become complete, and whatnot. That was my Skype, by the way, if you heard that. So you don't need to check your you don't need to check your Skypes if you heard that. Tairyoku no genkai ga appu shita. So like, yeah, body power, or, you know, life. Genkai is like the limit, I think. It's like it's the limit, basically, is Genkai. So our Genkai was 3 hearts, but now it has appushita. It has gone up. Our Genkai, our limit has gone up. So we've now got 4 hearts, basically. Kick me out, boys. What the? It's the blindest guard I've ever met. Okay, let's plant this. I've got a lot of monkey text to do in a second. Whoa! Bloomin' heck. Might be worth... I'm gonna... Yeah, do you know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna save state. Just don't want to be like falling down and having to climb back up. Damn it. Alright, forget it. Just blank him. Oh! I'll forget it then. Should probably save state it again. Leave me alone. Go! Speed this up. There we have the place. Do I want to talk to this guy? Not like this, I won't. Should I? Yep, hopefully it'll be short. Oira wo tsukamaeta te hima wa modotte konai te. Okay, let me have a look at this. I just want to make sure that's tsukamaeru. It is right. Yeah, tsukamaeru. Tsukamaeta. Tsukamaeru, yeah. Honestly, not sure what this te is doing here. Oira wo tsukamaeta te. I might even just look for that. Casual quoting particle. I feel like it just kind of makes this into a... Yeah, maybe it just makes this into a sub-clause, kind of. Oira wo tsukamaeta tte, hime wa modotte konai tte. So perhaps something like the capturing of me, like will not kind of result in the princess coming back. And then I think at the end maybe it's an actual quoting particle where he's saying that that's what he's told them, kind of insisting that he's told them that. And then nando ittara wakaru nando ittara wakarun da yo. So sort of like how, what number of times if I say like understand or will become clear, and then dayo, just kind of just making it kind of aggressive, I suppose, in this case, or expressing anger. Nando ittara wakarun dayo. Yeah, I think that's all that's doing. So how many times must I say it for you to understand is a much more natural translation, but not grammatically what's going on in Japanese. But it has the same meaning. Yeah, it has that meaning. Boya boya shite tara hime wa bakemono no ejiki ni nachau yo. Boya boya. Careless. So boya boya shite tara. So if we if we remain in a state, I suppose, of acting like dickheads, like complete twats, I suppose. Hime wa, the princess. Ejiki, I think, is just like a prey, is it? Yeah, prey or victim, in the sense of like food. So yeah, prey. Bakemono no ejiki ni nachau yo. So we just got the undesirable suffix on the verb naru, meaning that she will undesirably become prey of a monster. Yeah. Nande oira no yu koto shinjite kurenai nda. So for what reason? The things I say, to not believe for me, quite literally, or to not believe, quite simply, with the very inquisitive on it. Nande shinjite kurenai nda, like why won't you believe what I'm saying? Mo ii yo wakatta. So kind of like no further, like no more, like mo ii is like no more than this, okay. It's like it's or already it's fine in a way, like, or perhaps there's an e here as like, yeah, I think it's like a mo ii yo. It's like that's enough kind of thing. Mo ii yo. People will say this, I think, when they're like arguing, if they're having an argument, to kind of like not in a way to stop the argument, nicely, but to, although I suppose you might be able to use it in that way as well, but yeah, he's kind of just saying like, that's enough. Like I'm done with fighting you, sort of thing. Like mo ii yo wakatta. It's like that's quite enough now. I get it. Omaera ni wa mo nani mo yu koto nai yo. Omaera ni wa. So just like, yeah, we are a deku, so he's talking to us, he's saying us, or he's saying you guys, omaera, you dickheads. Mo nanimo yu koto nai yo. There does not exist a thing to say. Nanimo basically means like anything. And when used negative, it means nothing. I have nothing more to say to you. There does not exist anything, any more things to say, I suppose. And more is like any more or already or whatever. So I guess in this case it means, any more. I have no further things to say to you. Sassato oshioki demo nandemo shite kure yo. Oshioki. Let's have a look. Sassato is just quickly or immediately. I think Bowser says it in Mario 64 actually. When you first go into the castle, he's like, "Go home immediately. Sassato kaere." Oshioki means punishment or scolding. Okay, so he's kind of resigned to I think kind of not caring in a way. He's like, yeah, whatever, quickly hurry up and a punishment even, or anything, whatever, do it, do it. Shite kure yo. Oshioki demo nandemo shite kure yo. And it, I don't know if he's saying that because he's had enough and he's sick of it, or if he's saying it because the sooner they get that done, the sooner they can go and save the princess. It might be quite a selfless act on his part. Just hurry up and do it. At least then maybe you'll actually start looking for the princess or whatever. Easy brew. Oh, omae. Doku kara haite kitanda. So yeah, oh you. From where did you come to enter? Or did you enter come? It's like, just this kuru at the end. It just expresses a direction. Obviously he's here. So to him we have come from somewhere. And so yeah, we've just kind of come in and entered. We've entered towards him. So that's all that kind of does. The kuru on the end is just gives a direction. And then he's going shi. And I don't really know why. Shi. That's long though. It's quite weird that. Long and then with the chi side tsu. Shi. I think it should be short, shouldn't it? Shi. That's just a noise, right? I guess. Just frustration. Aitsud. Oh no. Must mean shush. Must mean must mean shush. Like almost the same. Just be quiet. Shh. Oh, that's probably why, because he's not literally saying she. He's going shh, 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 and cutting it off there, maybe. Aitsura ni baretara tsukamachimauzao. Okay, well, bareru. Bareru is... I think it means like to leak. It's used a lot with like information. So it's like the fact that we are here. If the fact that we are here leaks to, the dekus, the aitsura, that's kind of what it means. Bareta, bareteru. And people often use this with secrets. It's like it has already been revealed or whatever. I just remember, I think students saying that actually, like to each other. Like, I can't remember specifically actually, but I've definitely heard people say like, bareta or bareteru. And it just means, yeah, like I said, that the information is already known. The information, it was supposed to be a secret, but it is bareteru. It is, I already knew what they were talking about. The bareteru, bareta. So yeah, it's used a lot with secrets, and I might as well just look it up.
balelo.
Yeah, to leak out a secret, to be exposed, a lie, improper behaviour, etc. That sort of thing. So, aitsura ni baretara tsukamachimau ze. That's just the like undesirable. I said ze, didn't I? It's so. Sorry about that. Tsukamachimau. Undesirably captured. If it, leaks to those guys. So if they find out I'm here, I will be arrested or whatever. Nani? Oira no kyōdai ni tanomareta? Sumane. So Nani just saying, what? My brothers buy. And then this is the kind of the passive form of tanomu, which means to request something. So tanomareta is to be requested by his brothers to do whatever we're talking about here. I guess it's just a noise. He's kind of annoyed. And then sumane. You'll probably know this already. Sumimasen means like excuse me, or I'm sorry, or please excuse me, or whatever. Sumimasen. Yeah. And then like you can kind of, in like anime and stuff, I suppose, I don't really watch it, but you get people saying, like, because they're sort of cool characters, they will say sumanai is how they will apologise, which basically just don't say that. Don't say that to people. You can't say sumanai. You say sumimasen. And he's taken it a step further and making sumanai even more crude and saying sumane. So that's fine in media, but don't say this in real life. Sumane. He's apologising, but it's not a good way to apologise. Toriaizu kono ropu o kitte kure. So for the time being, basically, is toriaizu kono ropu, this rope, kitte kure, cut, slice this rope. Hanashi wa sore kara da. Our talk or our discussions or whatever, from that point, it is, I suppose. Declarative is hard to translate because it doesn't mean it is. Sore karada. It kinda does in some situations, but hanashi wa sore karada. It just kind of gives. It's just a sort of definitizer, a definitationalizer. It just sort of. I don't know. It just. I don't know, man. I don't know how to explain it. Declarative. Well, I suppose the clue's in the name, isn't it? It just declares something. So our discussions from then, I suppose, is literally what's kind of going on. Our discussions from that point, and it's just declaring that they're from that point. Doesn't really mean will be or it is or anything like that. Just declares that that's his decision or whatever. I could try and cut. Might as well. Oh. Yappari dameka. So yappari means, I think, like as expected, as one would expect. I need to look it up because it kind of confused me for a while because people use it in a couple of varying ways, which is weird. The definitions I've got here are also, which we can ignore, as I thought, still, in spite of, absolutely, and of course. But I think most commonly you hear it meaning, like, as I thought. But people also use it. I remember a friend of mine trying to book me a bus or a coach ride back or something from her place in Tokyo. And and we were just inquiring on the phone, talking to this dude about, you know, how much it is, how long it's going to take, what time I should get there, and all, you know, just all the general information and that. And at the end, I decided not to get the coach because it was just, you know, not enough time, or what, I can't remember the reason, but she said on the phone, she said to him, yappari daijoubu desu, or whatever, yappari iranai. And so it was kind of weird to me that she'd said, oh, as I thought, we will not proceed with, you know, the transaction or whatever. So I think yappari kind of means, also it can mean, oh, as I currently am, in the state that I currently am, in the, you know, I didn't expect to maybe, I don't know, it just completely countered my understanding of the word up to that point. Yappari iranai, or whatever she said. But yeah, I don't know what, I've told you all that now, but he's just saying yappari is in like as I expected, or as I feared, I guess. Dameka, it is not, you know, it is not possible. It is not going to work. Sore nara omae, toku made hibiku okina oto no deru gakki motte nai ka? Like if that, I suppose, or if that is the case, if that, you, and then we've got all of this information modifying gakki, which means instrument. So it's kind of like, don't you have an instrument that kind of emits like big sounds and kind of reverberates until far away? So kind of, you know, a big booming instrument. Do you have an instrument that echoes far and wide with large notes is what he's saying. Or rather, don't you have an instrument that does that? Motte tara oira ni misete kure. So if you possess it, show to me, or show me. So obviously we have to be a Deku for this. Get our ocarina out. Oh, sore, hime to onnaji deku rappa. So just the noise, sore, that thing, those. Hime to onnaji. Like, kind of with the princess, same Deku horns. Or Deku, what are they even called? Are they the Deku horns? I think they are they? Yeah, okay, the Deku horns. Deku Rappa. Don't really know why they are. Lappa. Really? I've got no results for that. That's weird. Anyway, lappa. I guess they're like trumpets or horns anyway. And this is funny. He's saying onnaji, which you don't need to. You can just say onnaji, but he's doubled up the N for some reason. Onnaji. The same with the princess Deku horns. So I have the same instrument as the princess, as we would say in English. Sore nara kitto umaku iku. If it is those things, or uniquely in those things' case, kitto, like for sure, undoubtedly, umaku ikuyo, it will go, sort of, effectively, it will go well, is kind of luckily, literally what's going on. You can say this, umaku itta, did it go well? Umaku iku, will it go well? Or in this case, umaku iku, it will go well. Or they will work a treat or whatever. Tokoro de. Tokoro de just means like, by the way. And then anta dare, who are you? Ma, kono sai do demo iya. Oh, sorry, no. Kono sai do demo iya. So ma just meaning like, well, whatever. Never mind, I guess. Kono sai, this sort of occasion. This time, kono sai, this occasion. Do demo I. However it is fine. Or less literally, whatever. Who cares? Anything, whatever. Let's just do whatever. Do demo I. I don't care. Doesn't matter. That sort of vibe. Tonikaku just meaning anyway, regardless of all of that information. Tonikaku, regardless of everything. Oira no tanomi wo kiite kure. My request, please listen. Oira to dekunatsu no hime-san wa doku no nagare dashiteiru taki wo nanto ka shiyou to. Okay, so this is pretty long text box here. So basically at the end he's omitting the verb to decide. So the verb isn't there, but it's saying we decided, and then he's quoting all of this. So me with the Deku princess decided endeavoured to do something about the waterfall where the poison is kind of flowing out, is what's going on in this sentence. Taki no ue ni aru Udofuru no shinden ni ittanda. So the Woodfall temple that exists above the waterfall. We went to the Woodfall temple that exists above the waterfall. Excuse me. Demo, shinden wa bakemono no sumika ni natte ite, tochū de hime-san wa bakemono ni tsukamachimatta. So, but the temple has, or is in a state of having become a nest or a living place of monsters. And then he's got another point to make, which is tochū de, kind of in the middle of their adventure, I suppose, in the middle of their journey, the hime-san, the princess, was undesirably captured by monsters. Deku no ou-san wa oira ga hime-san wo yukai shita to omoi konderu kara oira no hanashi wo kikou to shinai. That is yukai, isn't it? Just gotta look that up. Yes, yukai. Omoi konderu. I suppose that omoi konderu, as we said before, komu is for something to be contained within something else, in a way. So I suppose when you say omoi komu, it means it is so far contained within the Deku King's head that he can't be convinced otherwise, maybe. That's how I'm going to attempt to understand this anyway and explain it. He is omoi konderu. He is utterly convinced, the thought is so far contained within his head that he does not endeavour or does not consider listening to my story, to what I have to say. So yeah, he's obviously saying Deku no Osan, the Deku King, The Deku King is so convinced that I abducted the princess that he will not decide, I suppose. He will not decide to listen. He cannot be persuaded to listen, in a way. He does not decide to listen. Kono mama ja hime-san ga abunai nda. Okay. So this is basically, ja here is a combination of de and wa to become ja. So this present state, dewa, in the present state, basically via this present state, the princess is abunai, the princess is in danger. It's kind of funny that abunai can mean dangerous and in danger. And for that reason, the Japanese really struggle with the word dangerous and danger in English. But yeah, the princess is in danger is what it means in this case. And then isoide shinden ni itte tasukenakya. Isogu means to hurry, and so isoide is just the te form of that. Isoide, so hurry, and the shinden ni itte, go to the temple, and tasukenakereba naranai is like I must, or we must, or someone must help. But obviously he's just said tasukenakya, which is a very short and easy way of saying tasukenakereba naranai, which means must. Oira no atsui kimochi tsudawatta. So I guess it's just my kind of, this kind of means hot, but maybe it means in this case like impassioned, or my passionate kimochi, my passionate feelings, or how I feel. Tsudawatta kind of just means have they passed on to you, have they been conveyed. Tsudaeru is to convey something else onto, to someone else. So tsudawaru is to be conveyed, I suppose. So it's just kind of saying, have my, passionate, has my passionate feeling conveyed itself to you? I'm just going to say yes, yes. So that's soka, toyu koto wa. So have they, and then toyu koto wa means such a thing, and I suppose in that way it means that means toyu koto wa, such a thing means, even though the word mean kind of isn't said, but toyu koto wa, that sort of thing means oira no kawari ni hime-san wo tasuke ni itte kureru nda ne. Instead of me, you will go to help the princess, right? Like daner at the end, daner. Yes. Sore ja, ima kara hime-san ni oshiete moratta shinden ni hairu melody wo oshieru yao. So with that, from now, the melody, like to enter into the temple that I kind of received being taught by the princess, I will teach you. So all sorts of crazy little directions and stuff going on there. Yatsura ni kizukareru to mazui kara chisana oto de yaru yo. So kizuku means to notice, and kizukareru is kind of that passive form again. So in this case, it's like, because it will be bad. Like if, I suppose, if you are noticed by those guys, I will kind of do it. I will do it using like small sounds or you know, a quiet voice, small notes, soft notes. And here we go. That is quiet. Mimi wo sumasete yoku kiite kure. So here we just have like ears. Sumasete. I guess it just means like open your ears, like clear your ears. Yoku kiite kure. Like listen well to me. It's a banger. Whoa! I missed it. Okay, it wouldn't have mattered anyway. It would have just said that we played this song, wouldn't it? Mezame no sonata wo oboeta. So the sonata of, well, awakening, as I'm sure you know, right? Me just meaning like eyes, and then sameru, yeah, just meaning to like to awaken. Yeah, but obviously when it's combined together, it becomes me zame. And then not sonata, so that must be like a noun in this case. So it's the sonata of awakening, and then oboeta just meaning like to memorize. So you memorized the sonata of awakening. Fukai nemuri ni tsuita mono o mezame saseru melody da. So it's a melody that causes the awakening, I suppose, of people in this case. Mono means like person or people or whatever, right? That have kind of tsuita, that have like deep sleep. How do you translate sku? Well, let's have a look. Let's get the dictionary out. Sku. To snow, to bear, to be, to bear, to possess, to haunt, to lit, sorry, to be lit. Has loads of things. I suppose in this case, kind of afflicted, like attached with, is like a literal kind of meaning, but it kind of means not, I suppose, afflicted. Maybe, is it? Afflicted into deep sleep. It causes them to awaken or whatever. It's kind of what's going on here. Kita ka mina no mono. So, you know, did you hear that? Everybody, person, or everyone, basically. Dekunatsu no ouzoku shika shiranu kono melody. So this melody that is unknown except for the royal family of Dekus. Yahari. So that's just another way of saying yappari. But yeah, yappari is more common, I think, but people say yahari as well. Yahari, ano baka zaru ga waga shinden ni hairitai ga. Hairitai ga tame ni hime wo tabu rakashita shouko ja. Bit confused, actually. Hairitai ga tame ni. Is that a grammar form or is that a particle in the middle? Hmm. やはりあのバカザルが我が神殿に入りたいがために No. I'm not sure. Gonna have to ask about that, I think. やはりあのバカザル Anyway, like 証拠 at the end means proof. Basically, this is proof that he taburakashita. I have to look that up. Taburakasu. Okay. To trick, to cheat, or to deceive. So it's proof that he cheated or deceived the princess, and because he wants to enter into my temple. Wanga Shinden. Or Wanga might mean like our. It could also mean our. Our temple. The Deku's temple. Ni hairitai ga tame ni. I don't know what God's doing in there. Hairitai ga tame ni. Is this tameni meaning for the purpose of? For the sake of? Wanga shinden ni hairitai ga tame ni hime wo taburakashita shoukou ja. Not sure. Mina no mana saru no oshioki o hajimeru zao. So everybody, the monkey's punishment, like I will start, or we will start, or let's start. Good luck to you, brew. ウッドフォールの神殿に行くには、デクナツたちが使っている近道を使うといいよ。So kind of in order to go to Woodfall Temple, I suppose this is like you should use the short road or the shortcut that the Dekus like are always using. Use the shortcut that the Dekus use. Tonikaku isoide kure. Anyway, you know, regardless, hurry. Please hurry. Hayaku shinai to oira deku no ousan ni oshioki sarechau yo. Like, if you do not do quickly, I, like, by the Deku King, like, will be undesirably punished, is sort of what's going on there. Alright, cool. Let's leave that there then. Thanks for watching. Hope it's been worthwhile. I can't run around in a circle on this. Oof. Oof. I'll go to the door. Yeah, thanks for watching. Hope it's been worthwhile, and I will see you next time.